Okay, I think we're ready to start. So, hello and welcome to the next in our series of webinars focusing on our critical infrastructure portfolio from Rahi Systems. My name is Marcus Doran and I am the General Manager for Rahi Systems here in Europe. And today's webinar is in conjunction with our partners Samsung. As part of the webinar today, we're going to hear about how Samsung display technology is transforming business. You're going to learn about Samsung Smart Signage Platform SSSP, user case scenarios, industry challenges around consumer products, complexity of digital signage, and so much signage to choose from and why Samsung. In today's hot seat, we have Tom Godbus from Samsung, and he has over 20 years experience in the display and IT AV business and has worked with Samsung for the last 5 years. And together he works closely with our Rahi Systems team and supports us with his product knowledge, technical assistance and roadmaps, and a lot more. Tom is DCSE and DSNE certified. As part of the webinar today, we encourage the attendees to ask questions through our chat box. For those questions that we don't get to, we will circle back to those individually. So again, we appreciate your time and we encourage you to ask questions. And now I'll hand you over to Tom. Thanks.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you again for joining the webinar. I am Tom Gadboy from Samsung, and let's go ahead and get into today's agenda. Today, we're going to review the Samsung Smart Signage Platform, use cases for digital signage, the latest Samsung technology, the question of consumer versus commercial displays, and the challenges of digital signage, and solution-based offerings. Samsung has disrupted the market. The Samsung Smart Signage Platform is a proprietary open source all-in-one solution. First introduced in 2013, the SSSP eliminates the needs of an external PC source, providing a central platform and enabling content management partners to develop and deploy advanced web applications. If you look at the history of digital signage and media players over the years, we started in the era of the PC, which meant it took a full-blown personal computer to deploy content over a system. Then came the era of the non-PC or media player, and now, of course, we're in the no PC era with the introduction of the system on chip. And Samsung continues to lead the market. In 2017, the Smart Signage Player was upgraded into the 5th generation. So looking over the history of the 5 generations, in 2013, we launched the first ever in the world, an internal media player that was a simple platform for cloud-based CMS partners. Generation 2 added some features, the quad-core CPU, bigger storage. 2015, the 3rd version allowed for seamless play, portrait functionality, and embedded Wi-Fi. In version 4, we moved up to the first Tizen-based solution, which offered a quad-core CPU with a gigahertz of power, ultra-high definition or 4K play, dynamic content and redundancy play, and then improvement to the touch interface. And in the 5th generation, we have a new CPU, which is a 1.7 gigahertz, where you can do 4K in portrait mode. We have a high compatibility with HTML5, which allows for a lot of web development. We are secured by our Knox platform, which I'll talk about. We have remote workspace capability and a new web engine as well. The digital signage market has shifted, and with it, we have hardware improvement, making monitors bigger, thinner, lighter, the ability to port 4K content, a better experience for everyone. The system on chip has allowed us no external players, fewer cables, easier installation, and easy remote management. That all equaling market benefits such as a better cost of ownership, easier integration, new usage, and certainly new vertical markets in which we can deploy the monitors. The current Smart Signage platform is secured by our Knox platform. So SSP6, which is releasing this fall, is actually compatible with a Knox secure API system, bringing enhanced security for signage devices. So it offers 3 layers of security. It's down at the hardware part and embedded into the hardware. It's at the platform level using the Tizen, and at the application level for all the APIs that are available within the system. So with Knox, we have all kinds of areas of business solution support available, such as remote workspace, management, even things like payment and secure storage that we didn't have before on the signage platform available. With digital signage technology where it is today, there are just a vast array of spaces in which you can deploy content and use digital signage. Samsung has a number of different technologies that are usable, such as LED wall, a seamless video wall experience or projector replacement. We find them today in corporate areas, public sector and government, public space and retail areas. And the usages include projector replacement, but also dressing up a premium space or a customer visit center, and also outfitting auditoriums and conference rooms. Our standalone monitors, which generally are singular monitors deployed in various locations, include verticals like retail, financial institutions, transportation and airports, food service, and corporate offices. Many of the usages include store information, even kiosks, scheduling and calendars, and digital menu boards. Video wall is the technology which takes multiple monitors and puts them into one single layout. We find those in retail, convention centers, financial institutions again, entertainment and transportation and airports, and auto dealerships have actually become very common recently. And again, they're used for store visual impact, staging, advertisement, store promotion, and even for network operating centers. We find that this technology is very well suited to budgets for institutions. Samsung makes a number of outdoor products, and we find those in verticals such as gas station, quick service restaurant and drive-through, public transit, entertainment, newsstands, and again, financial institutions. A lot of the different usages include wayfinding, digital menu boards, again, store promotions, and even network platforms. And lastly, we have technology that can be used in collaboration environments such as education, corporate, and government, and the usages such as classrooms and meeting spaces, anywhere you're teaching, retail interaction, and conference rooms. Some of the latest technology to be used by Samsung in these areas is ultra-high definition displays, or 4K. As you might know from utilizing a TV like this at home, 4K is actually 4 times what high definition resolution is, and therefore presents a very, very detailed picture. So you'll use it in areas that you want to really attract customers' attention with more lifelike images, and certainly in an area where you want a high profile positioning and a very explicit brand identity and communication. Some of the features that are included in ultra-high definition displays are high visibility and a robust build. So we use non-glare panels for improved visibility, which help to see at an angle, and also maybe in an area where there's high ambient light and so forth. And in areas that are dusty, we actually have a certification for dust, the IP5X, to allow from damage to the display when using it in those environments. In addition, many of our 4K displays provide multi-screen support, and multi-screen support is basically something you can use with multiple inputs. An example of that might be in the control room for a hospitality environment like a hotel. Maybe you want to look at several feeds from cameras or something on the same display, and this would allow you to do that with multiple inputs and the ability to feed those into the monitor natively. One of Samsung's latest technologies is Samsung QLED, or quantum dot display. Quantum dot is a very new and exceptional technology that was first released for products at home, but now has made it into the commercial market. They really provide 3 areas that are very different from the technologies we've seen before. One is an area of contrast where you get a deep sense of light and dark on the display regardless of the brightness level. So they optimize contrast, brightness, and light gradation, and also get deeper blacks and sharper whites. And again, that's all independent of whatever brightness level you have it at. The second area is Q color, or perfect color under all brightness conditions. So compatibility with the main color targets or color spaces that are available, such as Super RGB and Adobe RGB and LED natural mode, you actually can enable Samsung's QLED signage to achieve 100% of those color volumes for 1 billion different color variations. And really what that means is we've had very limited color spaces in the past, and Samsung QLED is enabling you to see all of those, and again, making for a brighter, more artistic, and more compelling picture. Q Every View is the feature that gives you a wider viewing angle and deeper expression of blacks, whether you're in portrait or landscape mode. In the past, what we've had is, again, viewing angles that don't allow you to be far off of the 90 degrees of view from the display, and you get color shift and different things like that. And certainly you get that when you're in portrait mode as well. So now we've really got in 4 areas of angle, we've got a better and deeper expression of the color and the picture, effectively communicating your content. So earlier when we were speaking about the use cases, we mentioned Samsung Video Wall. Video Wall is very compelling as it's budget friendly and certainly has a lot of technology that is still relevant in the market. For Samsung's part, industry leading technology means we have the slimmest frame or bezel in the business. So the seam that you see between the displays is 1.7 millimeters wide. The new displays include high brightness, 24/7 runtime, and factory calibration, so all of the displays look the same. Low cost. Video Wall is less expensive than ever, and our entry-level Video Wall is certainly much more budget friendly than it's really ever been, and something really to look at. Improved image quality, we've certainly improved that with the enablement of 4K imagery over a number of displays, and very simple publishing makes very spectacular images over these large palettes very easy to deploy. Samsung has also taken steps to improve our packaging, and what this means is it protects your investment from getting damaged when shipping to your location. And lastly, Samsung Video Wall is actually easy to deploy and service. Since it's the modular technology, it's fairly easy to put up and connect using loop-through, and with the right mounts, it's easily serviceable through the back of the displays. The seamless LED wall is really the technology of the future at this point. Samsung makes 4 lineups and is very dedicated to this product line, starting with outdoor products. So if you see things like marquees and spectacular layouts like the kind of thing you'd see on Las Vegas Boulevard, Samsung actually has a huge business there called Samsung Prism View. We also have a full lineup of indoor products. So the indoor products allow you a number of different pixel pitches, which essentially is the kind of display you have for the viewing distance that is necessary at that application. At the Consumer Electronics Show this year, we introduced a product called the Wall, a 146-inch display, which was really set up for the type of thing for like a billionaire's living room. But the Wall has actually been introduced into a commercial lineup and actually represents the lowest pixel pitch or the tightest viewing distance of anything in the market at 0.08. And lastly, we have our Onyx, which is a cinema projector replacement adhering to digital cinema standards and other color standards and sound standards that are necessary for that industry as well. Here's an example of one of the seamless LED walls that we deployed on Avenue of the Americas in New York for Bank of America. As you can see from the door on the right, this is a fairly large display and is able to give all the things that you'd want in the latest technology. It's a very optimal picture. All the different areas of color gamut and grayscale and the ability to calibrate and have a uniform visual over the display, the light and slim design you expect, the ability to service from front and rear, and the ability to deploy content are all big attributes for this very exciting product. For the conference room, Samsung has a number of displays and solutions to make meetings easier and conference and collaboration more simple. Here, Samsung has a very large and compelling lineup. Even the largest displays are slim, light, and easy to deploy. We recently also got our ultra-high definition displays certified for Cisco RoomKit and RoomKit Plus, making for great integration into those systems. And we were also certified by Crestron, so we have seamless integration with current control systems by that company, and then also a lot of other vendors as well. Our government models do not contain Wi-Fi and are produced in Mexico, so that's a trade compliant company, which is important for federal governments. And we've improved our packaging. As I mentioned before, under Video Wall, we now have new models featuring an ISTA 6A level packaging. Simply what it's going to do is eliminate the out-of-box failures that you get when it's delivered to you. Samsung is constantly innovating and creates specialized displays like, for example, Flip, which is Samsung's digital flip chart, turning a meeting room into a full collaboration tool. This was launched at the Consumer Electronics Show here in 2018 and received one of the top 10 business innovations this year. We have mirrored technology. So imagine displaying content and then a mirror image of a person, for example, in a hotel gift shop or a virtual dressing room. So let's talk about the challenges with digital signage, particularly over the years. We have today's business problems, and then we have today's solutions. So, for example, signage has been difficult to manage over the years. Well, with today's solutions, you actually have easy network and cloud management, and the management is more simple than it's ever been, and that can be in-house or in the cloud. Oftentimes we wonder, well, who's going to create and publish content? Nowadays, again, you have easy publishing or even managed services to create that content, but where you still have control over what's deployed by those who need to administer that content. Certainly, you can go to Costco and buy some displays and pay a lot less. But today's solutions offer a warranty and support a total cost of ownership that is very different from the consumer product that you see there. And I'm going to talk about more of that in the next slide. There's certainly the problem about communicating a unified message. In the past, we've been using static signage or other ways of sending a company message or initiative to your people. Nowadays, you can save money communicating digitally. And again, with the systems that we talked about before, the easy management, the easy publishing, things like that, we're able to put a unified message across a large campus and still keep it cohesive and managed by the right people. Displays can be difficult to operate, but with today's solutions, you have improved and a much more simple user experience, which makes it not something that only IT can use. And certainly there's the cloud and managed services that enable you to have all of those things without having to have the knowledge of digital signage at all. And in the conference room, again, it can be complex to collaborate either in-house or with different offices. And there are new products and solutions today that make meetings more productive, starting and stopping on time, and really producing a very collaborative environment, which I think we've all been waiting for. So let's talk about why commercial displays and why you wouldn't, say, go to Costco and buy some displays and go ahead and hang them up. Consumer models that we use at home are actually built to run 4 to 6 hours per day. They have limitations on the cooling that is available for them. There's little or no network control, so putting them across a campus is very difficult to do, and you're generally doing things with your hand remote like you are at home. There's no features to lock out content, which means people with mobile devices and other remote controls can actually get into the display and put up what they want to put up, which is sometimes can be dangerous. They lack a portrait mode, so again, effectively communicating in the right space is important in portrait mode, and they don't have that. Typically, you have a year warranty, and it's also usually a depot warranty, so it's not really something that you're going to see in commercial environments. And manufacturers like Samsung void or limit the warranty in those commercial environments, making it difficult for you to get repairs. On the other hand, commercial displays are robustly built and are built to run 16 to 24 hours a day. They have full cooling and professional components built into them. They include many inputs, so you're able to put in computer and video inputs and all kinds of different things and scale to a variety of sources. Commercial displays also have a full network control, infrared and remote lockout, so again, we can keep people out of messing up with our displays. They have internal players and a huge variety of content available. There's the ability to go into portrait and landscape or video wall and even mosaic modes if you want to do it. So a number of different ways that you can mount and deploy those monitors. And they have a 3-year on-site commercial warranty standard. And there are enhanced and extended warranties available beyond that. So it's pretty clear to see that Samsung really has an amazing set of technology available. But on its own, these displays really don't solve your business problems. Together with Rahi Systems and Samsung, however, we can do that. And so let's look at the 7 steps of a digital signage deployment. Let's start with number 1, which is the displays and mounting. So as I said, that's kind of the easy part. But you also need things like the installation by skilled technicians who are licensed and bonded to do that kind of thing. You need integration with current business technologies. You need a simple user interface to get that content deployed. And as we described before, you need somebody to create that content. You need a content management system behind all of that, and you need to round it out with good customer service and technical support. Samsung and Rahi together can provide each of those elements that you do not get when you go to Costco and buy a display and bring it back and have one of your guys bolted up on the wall. This is the way that we're going to provide a full solution for you and truly answer your business problems. With that, I want to give you a final thank you. We very much appreciate your time, and if you need more information, we can get it from 2 different places. One is our Display Solutions website at displaysolutions.samsung.com, and certainly the other place would be to contact your rep at Rahi Systems and get more information about our displays and technology. Thanks again, and have a great day.
Okay, so thanks for that, Tom. We have a number of questions in through the chat box. So again, thanks for those who have submitted those questions. We're going to try and get to all of those individually. So the first question in, Tom, is you have great displays, but how can these affect the problems we experience in the conference room?
The wide variety of display technology is just one piece of that puzzle. With Rahi Systems, we can create a design to your needs, solving problems like easy control, starting and ending meetings on time, as well as seeing and hearing everyone in the room. That way, the content on the display is accurately communicated and the message is better understood.
Next question in is, I am interested in the security piece. How can I learn more?
The DNA and foundation is built in at a hardware level for security. At an application level, Samsung and Rahi engineers can create a security platform customized for your business and integrated to your environment. It's not in a box and every company is different, but you can arrange a call with Samsung and Rahi to discuss what can work for you. It's probably less complicated than you think.
Another question in the chat box, Tom, is we are trying to understand how we can fit out a campus. There are so many stakeholders, all who have different needs. Where would one start?
Well, we know some of the ways we can help any organization are items such as centralized management, delegating to different departments the approval of content and so forth, reducing perceived wait times, using multiple data sources such as calendars, news feeds, weather, video, whatever it is you want. When wayfinding, reducing wasted time navigating campuses and so forth. Increasing awareness, making sure your company communications are completely enhanced. We know that using static signage is not nearly as compelling as digital signage. So Rahi and Samsung can set up a meeting to talk to you and your organization about how to fulfill a company-wide initiative. Again, it's probably less complex than you think.
Okay, so I think we've time for one last question. We want to start using digital signage at our company. What should we look for in a use case?
Well, Samsung has worked with large companies, retail organizations, local governments on the idea of setting a company vision internally first and digitally. So, what we'd call it maybe is a digital communication strategy. And again, starting that using digital signage and doing it internally. Samsung, of course, has a display for all the areas which we can centrally manage and manage that consistent message. With Rahi, we can provide a full solution to execute that message consistently over an enterprise.
Okay, great. So thanks for all of those answers, Tom. And again, thank you to all of the people who submitted the questions through the chat box. Again, I'd like to thank Tom for his time today in his presentation and his thoughtful insights on how Samsung Display is transforming business. For more information on Rahi Systems and Samsung, I'd encourage you to go to our website at rahisystems.com. And we look forward to you joining us again on the next series of webinars next month. So again, thank you for your time today. And for those that we didn't get to, we will circle back and answer those questions individually. So have a great day. And again, thank you for joining.